Welcome to Luxury Logic, the #1 spot for content about the extravagant lifestyles of the rich and famous. Weapons have been around since the dawn of humanity, whether their purpose was to take down beasts for food or to take down each other for war. Despite being around for a long time, they've obviously come a pretty long way in recent years with the rapid technological advancement of humanity. But with improvement usually comes cost. In today's video, we'll be taking a look at 5 of the most expensive weapons ever built. Before we get started, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And thank you for watching. 5. F18 Super Hornets. Kicking off our list in the number 5 spot are the F18 Super Hornets. This aircraft is mainly used by the Navy and on aircraft carriers, and is a modern variant on the F18 Hornet. This thing may be only number 5 on the list, but that's still pretty high up there when the list is the 5 most expensive weapons ever built. It makes pretty good use of its budget, coming in complete with an entire arsenal of weapons. Not only does it have a 20mm gun, it has 11 different weapon stations, all of which can be armed with air-to-air and air-to-ground missiles, as well as laser-guided bombs. Many fighter jets are being phased out by new and improved versions of themselves, but the Super Hornets are too good to be included in that list. Each one of these jets costs about $90 million though, which isn't even including development costs. With about 556 of them on the Department of Defense's budget, that's over $50 million, still before development costs. 4. F22 Raptor. Coming in at number 4 is the F22 Raptor, another fighter jet that's been in operation for about 15 years now. Also known as the Lockheed Martin, this is likely the most advanced fighter jet in the world. With such a hefty title comes another less fortunate record? No pun intended. It's also the most expensive fighter jet in the world, costing a whopping $211.6 million per jet. The Department of Defense currently has 188 of them on its budget, which brings us to a grand total of around $40 billion. This jet has an emphasis on stealth, using special materials in its build in an attempt to stay off of radars, so it can track and take out its targets before they even see it coming. The Lockheed also has quite the large arsenal, complete with a 20mm Gatling gun, 2 AIM-9 Sidewinder missiles, 6 medium-range air-to-air missiles, 2 1,000-pound bombs, and 8 250-pound bombs. Now that is a lot of firepower. 3. Virginia-class submarine. Coming in at number 3 is the Virginia-class submarine. Although it is up for debate, the Virginia-class submarine is thought to be the most advanced nuclear submarine in the world. This massive underwater vessel is 377 feet long and weighs just under 8,000 tons. Produced by General Dynamics Electric Boat and Newport News Shipbuilding, which are the only 2 shipyards around even capable of building a force of destruction such as this one. The Virginia carried nearly 40 different types of weapons, including Tomahawk cruise missiles, mines, torpedoes, and so much more. Just one of these subs comes out to around $2.5 billion. And while only 8 of them are actually in service, the Department of Defense has 30 of them, leaving us with a grand total of $20 billion. 2. DDG51 Destroyer. Coming in at number 2 is the DDG51 Destroyer, also known as the Arleigh Burke-class destroyer. Each one of these massive warships are over 500 feet, with the newest generation weighing an incredible 9,200 tons. Produced by multiple contractors like Bath Iron Works, General Dynamics, and Northrop Grumman, the Department of Defense now has 60 of them in service, with another 15 on hand. These ships are pretty huge, with a lot going on, so it takes around 350 servicemen on board just to keep this thing running smoothly. They only cost around $1.3 million each, but with the 75 of them produced, That brings us to a grand total of $97 million. While that is much smaller than number 3's total, once you factor in development costs and other services, the amount of money it takes to build and maintain this fleet flies drastically higher, coming in at a little over $100 billion. The DDG51 is armed with 2 vertical launching systems for Tomahawk missiles, a 5-foot gun, torpedoes, and an advanced system for detecting mines. 1. Joint Strike Fighter. Finishing off our order in the number 1 spot is the Joint Strike Fighter, sometimes referred to as the F-35 Lightning II. This jet is actually still under development, but is on its way to becoming quite the impressive weapon, integrating advanced sensor systems with supersonic speed and stealth technology. The Joint Strike Fighter will take the Raptor's spot as the most advanced fighter jet. It won't have any shortcomings when it comes to weapons either, boasting an array of weapons that will allow the jet to engage in air-to-air and air-to-surface combat. The Department of Defense has budgeted around 2,500 of these, which will cost roughly $110 million each. The grand total of its development will come just under $330 billion, making this the most expensive weapon ever built. This concludes today's video on the top 5 most expensive weapons ever built. Do you know of any other weapons with catastrophic power and equally catastrophic price tags? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. This has been Luxury Logic. Thank you for watching.